Good morning. This is a Scrap Your Stash card making video, and there's a couple scraps that I'm using. I'm not using much, just like last time. I didn't use much last time either, but I'm using these two. We're going to make an interesting card today. Yeah, it's going to be Distressed Oxide. So these are the three colors I'm using. I'm using Chipped Sapphire, Mowed Lawn, and Peel Paint. Then I have my 2x and my 1x block. So those are the only ones that I'm going to be using. And then I have a couple stamp sets that I'm thinking about using. This one is live tomorrow, so this is available tomorrow. Remember, this is the last day of this catalog, so this is in the July-August catalog. This is called Cute as a Bug, with the cute little bugs, of course. So I'm thinking about using either this dragonfly, or go back to brushed and use this flower with that stem. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to move this off to the side because I don't need that right now. All I need for this portion is a squirt bottle, my blocks, and the inks. You can tell that I've been kind of practicing. I got ink everywhere. I did I was using yellow earlier, but this is going to a guy, so I think more of the masculine colors is probably better. And I'll probably switch these two. So I'll probably go this one, and then this one. Go from a bold back to a bold. They're all bold, but this is more vibrant than the Peel Paint. So I'm going to start with the 2x. I'm just going to do some acrylic block stamping. So I'm just going to paint my block with my ink. And it works with the regular inks too, with our exclusive inks, just not quite as well. And I have a YouTube video on that. You guys go over to my YouTube channel, you could see that. So I just sprayed it. Okay, so it's all wet and bubbly because this ink reacts really well to water. And I'm going to put it in the upper corner. Okay, and then I'm going to cover that one up because I'm done. Let's do Peel Paint next. Now remember, this stuff stays wet for a while, so I may actually have to zap it with a dryer before I put black ink on top. But there's Peel Paint. I'm going to just spritz it. There's that one. I like how that one came out a little bit more splotchy. The other one was very solid. Kind of surprised on how solid it came out. In fact, I may spray it afterwards just to make it not quite so solid. And then this is the Mowed Lawn, and I'm going to be using my 1x1 block on this. Just give it a little bit of variation. Spritzed it. It's all nice and reactive now. That one became more solid too. That's okay. Okay, my blocks are all clean. I just wipe them on my chamois and then I go clean my chamois afterwards. You can tell it's pretty well used. And don't forget to wipe your hands too. You don't want to get all these smudgies all over your card. There. I'm just going to spray it just a little bit, and then, yeah, might as well. I got some smudgies up there, but you know what? That's okay. I think it kind of adds to it. If I don't like it, I can cover it up. Good morning for those of you joining me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so now I have the cutouts of these cute little bugs. This is the dragonfly. So I got to have one going like this and one going like that. That might be really good. In fact, I think that might be better than the flowers. See, I could even have it like that, covering up my smudge there, and I don't know yet. But this flower is really big, so let's just see how big it really is. Could always use the little one. Right. Do 2 of them, even. One there, one there. Because these are, why don't we do that? One there, and I could always have a dragonfly coming in like that. Might be a little busy. But let's try the flowers first, and then we'll add a dragonfly if we want. So I'm just going to use my 2x block. And these are going to be black. I want these silhouetted against those colors. Ooh, that did not come out like I wanted it. Let's see if we can redo that. Best thing about acrylic blocks, right? Acrylic stamps. I don't really want to clean that yet. I want one more. Okay. Wipe my block off. I'm going to rotate it so it's not the same direction. Give it some variation. Oh, that's okay. Then I'm going to take my long block. This is my 2x3.5. I'll get the stem. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the stem up. And then I'm going to put my block on top because these little guys can be moved around pretty easily. I got some hair in there. So if I wanted to, I could even maneuver it so it's coming up like this. And that could be really pretty, huh? So maybe we'll, since I'm gonna, if you want to do it just as it is, then you need to have it flat on a surface and then pick it up. But these ones you can definitely move around, maneuver. I just don't think it's long enough to do so. So I'm going to just probably leave it just as it is. Now this other one I can do. I can maneuver it to come around just a little bit. Wrong way. See, then I can line up the stems pretty close. So maybe we'll do it that way. Give it some personality and make them cross a little bit. And we'll give them some leaves. But that is something that's fun with the really straight or the really thin guys, because you can maneuver those pretty well. I kind of want these filled in too. I don't really want these solid. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave them solid. Okay, let's do this one. Put up my 2x block. These are pretty well loved stamps. I use these quite often, so that's why I'm not seasoning, if you're wondering. Okay. And with leaves, I actually like to give them some character and swipe them on my ink pad. It gives it a stripe look to them. There. I think that's cute. I don't think I'm going to add a dragonfly. I think it's going to be too much. I do. But they're very, very cute. Cute as a bug. And again, those are coming out tomorrow. So look on the website tomorrow. We have all new stuff coming out. If you have missed my video on the catalog walkthrough, go check it out. It's on my YouTube channel, but there's a link down below in my Facebook page. One more thing. Let's do it in Sapphire, though. I'm going to grab some Sapphire. I'm going to do a Thinking of You stamp, which I'm going to use from Hillside Cottage. So Thinking of You is right here. Now this one I don't use often, or I haven't used a whole lot. The other stamps that I've had for about a year now, so. Thinking of You. That was in Sapphire. Is that ink? I could have used like a New England Ivy or Fern, or could have probably even used Avocado. That green kind of reminds me of Avocado. Or I could have just done it in black. Okay. Let's see. I think it needs some kind of bling on here. So let me just pull my. I'll probably bump you guys. Sorry. There's all my bling stuff. All of my embellishments besides my, my stickles and such. But just trying to see what I have. I do have these acrylic inserts in this one, and they are flowers, and that would be cute, but I already have a big flower. And I don't want it too blingy. This is going to a guy, but I think maybe the bluebell sequins might be good. Could always use a pearl in here. I think I'm just going to use a couple little guys right around Thinking of You. There we go. And if you haven't gotten these yet, these are really good tweezers. Really good tweezers. They're fairly new. think they came out a couple months ago. And I'm just going to use this glue. I'm going to flip my first knot over so I don't ruin my cushion portion of it. Okay. And I think I want one here, a little far out, and then midway. Okay, so those are the three that I'm going to do. Again, these tweezers are awesome. So you can also pick them up in the middle of the sequins, which is really handy. Sometimes, especially when you're trying to flip them over. And then get another little guy, I guess. Maybe a white one. Oh, I don't know if I like the white one. Let's do another blue one. And there's those. And they come with a protector on the tips because they're sharp. They're very pointy. So I think that actually turned out pretty darn good. And I got some smudge up here, but you know what? I think that'll be fine. So why don't we go ahead and adhere it onto, I should have done that before I did my sequence, so I'm going to use this glue. Not my Tombow runner, just because I don't want to flip it over. And I think I was supposed to trim this too. Oh, the things you think of afterwards, huh? I didn't even measure. Now that I'm going to glue it on and we're already done, yeah? The silly things that happen on live videos. Well, we'll try to figure this out. Okay, so this is, I think it's just the top that I gotta do. This is a 5. I need to trim half an inch off. I'm pretty sure that this only needs half an inch off of it. And it'll trim that off, but you know what, that's okay. Still looks good, I think. It'll be just fine. But I had this frame from when I was doing those Disney themed cards. This was the inside of the frame that I used for the shaker portion, the shaker window. So there's that. I think it looks just fine. It's just going to be centered in the middle of this card, like that. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to use this. Now I usually only squeeze the bottle on 2 sides of when I go down, possibly on the sides, but and then I just smear it. So it's really easy to smear. And then if you flip it over and rub it, it makes it better. It's easier to rub this way than across stamps and embellishments and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure these guys are pretty darn good right now. And then if your corners start coming up, you just put a little dab of glue in there. This glue actually holds very firmly once it's done. Once it's down there, it just will stick. But it also allows you some wiggle room if you're not sure of placement, or you know that you're going to need some wiggle room to place things. Helps that way too. So, cute little quick thinking of you card. Looks all framed and ready to be sent. Alright, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on Saturday. Bye.